Tip number 3, which is greatly important, is functional sitting. Hi everyone, welcome back to Growing Hands OT. Today we are talking about teletherapy. And I am here to share with you 3 tips for success in teletherapy. The 3 tips are scheduling, breaks, and functional sitting. Since the school year is already among us, a lot of parents have opted out of in-building learning to online learning, which means children who were receiving face-to-face therapy will now be receiving teletherapy. What is teletherapy? It is a form of therapy being provided online instead of face-to-face. This form of therapy is not designed for everyone. However, it can be beneficial for the right individual. A great thing about teletherapy is that the child won't be alone. Depends on their functional level, they will be accompanied with an adult to assist them to participate in any activities that is required of them. Although there are more tips that can lead to success for teletherapy. However, for today's video, I'm only sharing 3 tips. Those tips are beneficial for all parties involved. Tip number 1, scheduling. Scheduling is an organizational skill. What do I mean by scheduling? Basically, what I mean is to prepare ahead of time. Knowing what the child's schedule looks like, what classes they're taking, what times are their therapy sessions, and scheduling those classes and therapy sessions. What that does is create a visual and set expectations. And knowing what to expect create a nice flow. And not only that, it also increases comfort and ease. Okay, tip number 2, breaks. Taking breaks is crucial. It allows you and the child to take a mental and physical break and reset. What you can also do with the breaks is insert the breaks within the child's schedule. And that will, again, create an easier flow for the child because the expectations are set when they're working and when they have a break. There are many things the child can do during the break. They can choose to stretch their bodies. They can choose to change body position, do something fun, or something they enjoy. Whatever it is that the child wants to do. Be sure to have the child be part of the process of choosing what they want to do for their break. It is okay to let them choose. Another way to take breaks is to alternate between sitting and standing if needed. You can set it up that it is done every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes, whichever is more doable. It all depends on the child's sitting and standing tolerance. Just be sure to set both stations right next to each other so that it is a smooth transition and your session is not interrupted. To alternate sitting to standing 1 session at a time. Keep in mind that the decision might be affected depends on what activities are set up for the child to do during the session. Because some activities are best done when the child is sitting down, especially if the child is writing. Okay, the 3rd tip, which is the last tip, is functional sitting. Functional sitting is relative, depends on the age of the child. When I say functional sitting, I am only referring to children who use desks. Functional sitting is composed of many components. One of them is to sit on the chair with your thighs going straight, parallel to the seat pan, so that your knees are forming a 90-degree angle. The reason you want to sit all the way back to rest your back against the back of the chair is to get adequate support. Now, if that's impossible, it's okay to use a pillow behind your back so that you get that support. It is important that you are sitting upward and looking forward. And if you don't have that adequate support at the back of the chair, then it will be very difficult to get that optimal sitting. The chair must be pulled all the way forward so that the body is only a couple to a few inches away from the desk. Make sure the feet are flat on the floor or on a large item if you need to compensate. And if it's absolutely necessary and sitting is not working out, standing is okay too, if it will enable the child to participate in the writing activity. Proper sitting position is crucial during teletherapy. Proper sitting position is crucial for learning. A child not sitting properly can affect their alertness, their posture. Poor sitting position affects a child to efficiently engage in a tabletop activity. If their sitting posture is poor. What do I mean by poor? Is the child sliding? Is the child slouching? Are they leaning forward? Are their feet dangling off the floor? Or are their chair pulled too far away from the table? So, before a child starts any tabletop activities, the first thing that must be done is make sure their sitting position is optimal for learning. As you're setting up the child for functional sitting, make sure to do the same for yourself. Activities such as typing, eating, writing, reading, if you're sitting at a desk, it is beneficial to you. Okay, a quick review of functional sitting. Be sure the desk or the chair are not too high or too low. Be sure that your thighs are straight by having them parallel to the pane of the seat. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. If they are not, you can place an item under the feet so you can get that optimal sitting. Pull the chair forward, leaving a couple to a few inches between your body and the desk. Make sure to sit back all the way, resting your back against the back of the chair. If that's impossible to do, it's okay to use a pillow to get that optimal sitting. Lastly, make sure the elbows and the arms are resting comfortably on the desk. I hope all these tips are helpful to everyone who are participating in teletherapy this year. Share with me on the comment section below, what other tips do you think would be beneficial for success in teletherapy? Okay, that's it with this video. Until next time, I'll see you later.